what would you say that your approach to raising your kids has been in terms of discipline?
We don't do any of like the spanking. We might swat them on the bottom if they're acting up or they're just
we don't
fighting.
do any of the spanking. We just spank them on the bottom.
Just whack them on the, give a swift tushy smack if they're acting goofy and stuff like that. But basically, we've done the timeouts, which is they're not big fans of that, and they kind of learn their lesson at that point. We've also taken away different types of privileges like tablet time, TV time, video games, stuff like that if they're acting terrible. But I think that's more of like the disciplinary type of thing. But otherwise, it's a lot of kind of showing them how things go, how things work, letting them see how they handle it on their own, and if they need any type of correction doing things, then we kind of step in to kind of show them where they need to fix things or improve upon and stuff like that.
The reason
I hope I'm answering the question.
Well, I'm just the reason I'm asking is because there was a trend that I think you were critical of at one point, and sorry, I just got distracted by a weird notification. There was that you have been critical of at one point, which is that basically treating as if your kids can do no wrong, and entitling them to that society. That the society revolves around them.
No.
Are you familiar with this issue, though? Have you seen this play out in front of you before?
I can definitely tell interacting with, I don't know about, I can't necessarily speak for kids, but I can definitely tell interacting with young adults that they were definitely raised in that capacity where they were kind of raised in like, not like a helicopter parent, but more of like a bubble state where it's like nothing can ever harm you. And when they are let out of that, eventually they have to be let out of the bubble. They still think that they are in this bubble, but they don't know how to interact.
Have to be let out of the bubble.
You got to open up the biodome.
It seems like this was something that really was taking off from the generation that was being raised by Gen X. Was the group of parents who was really in very kid gloves, shielding kids from their children from the world and giving them everything they wanted. And now we're in a kind of the next generation, which is our generation of parents, millennials raising children.
Yeah.
There seems to be a push towards the opposite side of the pendulum is swinging to the opposite direction. And I've got an article, but I actually found this. Sorry. I found this news. We
need to fire this intern.
Sorry, I'm just like fucking everything up.
That's fine.
This is from KTLA 5, which I'm assuming is this in Los Angeles?
It's Los Angeles, yeah. Okay. KTLA is Los Angeles.
Look at it's YouTube is all funky. It's what you've talked about before, where it has videos when you scroll instead of the comments.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Well, if you scroll further down, maybe would it have comments? Oh, interesting.
It's all videos.
Or maybe they don't. Maybe they don't have comments.
Oh, there they are.
Oh, there they are. Oh, God. Boy, do you have to scroll.
It's like every one of the recommended videos is up next. Anyhow, this is from KTLA 5. Goodbye, gentle parenting. FAFO parenting is here.
Ooh. Are we past that 6-second or whatever mark where we can say the F word?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I don't understand what the rules are at all. I censor us using any language outside of shit. So
yeah, they don't. Google doesn't even know what the term is.
Well, and also part of the problem is that just because Google thinks it's okay today doesn't mean they'll think it's okay tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
and then retroactively impose them.
Yeah.
also.
So then your videos don't show up afterwards.
Yeah.
So or they get copyright claimed or blocked or whatever. Anyway, here we go.
It is called FAFO. Have you heard this?
No.
Mess around and find out. The word is not mess. You also might hear it called, pronounced FAFO or FAFO. Could they flip that prompter for me, please? I am nothing but an empty shell of a human being. Can't say a word if it's not in front.
What? Did he have a Ron Burgundy moment?
He had a Ron Burgundy moment. It's where
His tie looks a little disheveled too. What is happening on this newscast? They seem like fun.
And this is L.A. It's a major, and maybe they're like the WGN of Los Angeles.
That's when a female officer noticed the handle of a revolver sticking out from inside the woman.
It was a 5-shot revolver. It was loaded. And as she turned her around, she saw more plastic baggies, larger plastic baggies, wedged in the crack of her buttocks.
What?
Authorities say the woman has a long criminal record. She now faces drug possession charges and charges for trying to smuggle a gun into jail.
Come on. Who doesn't have that?
The old caboose pistol, everybody has one.
What are you getting all worked up over? Hey, don't knock it till you've tried it. It's a fun time.
Did you just say a caboose?
I know some women who could hide a machine gun in there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we're getting off track. What?
Go, you take
Hey, big story. Daylight savings time is coming this weekend.
Yeah, I think I know a lot of people that work on news stations are not necessarily local folks.
Sure. Yeah. Well, especially these major, the major network, like if you're a major city, they just try to get the best that they can.
Yeah.
It's not like
Right.
the local affiliate in
You have to start in
Savoy,
like Des
Illinois.
Moines. You have to start like in the minor leagues, like where you're out in like Traverse City, Michigan, or Des Moines, Iowa, and then you end up moving up to like, the double A league, which is like maybe your, we'll say, I don't know, Milwaukee. We'll say Milwaukee, okay, and then you can move up to like L.A.,
Alex
New York,
is showing his
Dallas.
I think one of my favorite things when I would take road trips is when you would stop, if you were going on a road trip to, I don't know, Florida, or it was like a 2-day trip, and you'd stop in the middle of nowhere and stay at a hotel and watch the local affiliate news. And oh boy, if you're used to watching Chicago, New York, LA news, like major city news things, it's like, it's basically like a high school presentation. It's amazing. I love it.
Even here in Champaign, they kind of like I think the most popular, most endearing station is probably WCIA Channel 3, which is our CBS affiliate. And that has a lot of very local things, like during the summer. Is it
local to Champaign?
Yes, it's broadcast out of here.
Oh, wow. I love it.
I think that and the ABC station might be from here, and I believe maybe the NBC station might be out of like Springfield or something. Don't quote me on that, but I know the Channel 3 CBS is right here off of out of Neal on Neal Street.
That's right. Religious groups set up a menorah and a nativity scene, and now a new addition. WCIA3's Mark Maxwell is live at the Capitol for us tonight. Mark, you got a look at the new statue from the Satanic Temple there today.
Yeah, Jessica, that's right. Good evening. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas and like Hanukkah here at the state capitol, and now like, well, winter solstice, I suppose.
It's a broad term on the internet, meaning sort of, it is what it is. In terms of raising kids, FAFO parenting is rejection of the gentle parenting. That was where parents did everything for their kids. They coddled their kids. Very popular, I think, among Gen Z kids.
That was the word.
The Wall Street Journal describes it like this. FAFO is the idea that parents can ask and warn that if a child breaks the rules, mom and dad aren't standing in the way of the repercussions. Won't bring your raincoat? Walk home in a downpour. Didn't feel like having lasagna for dinner? Survive until breakfast. Left your toy on the floor again? Go find it in the trash under the lasagna you didn't eat.
How do you feel about this?
I like this guy. He's funny. He make me laugh. we have kind of done that sometimes where it's just like
they're
just being brats.
Yeah,
and
but
like not eating his dinner, and he's like, I want dessert. I can't. He's like, I'm full. But then he wants dessert, and he's like whining and stuff. We're like, you know what, just go to bed. And most of the time it's because he's probably just really
overtired.
tired. Yeah. But then like
I'm in favor of that. Sometimes I'm like, sometimes when I'm there, I'm like, I'm not going to overstep my bounds as Uncle Brendan. Plus, I want the kids to like me. But I'm like, just tell the kid to f*** off. Like, dude's being a dickhead. You can tell him to f*** off right now. You want me to tell him to f*** off? Go to your okay. You're not gonna. You don't want to eat your cheeseburger. You're not having the rest of the cheeseburger. You're not having the fries. You're not having anything. Go to bed. I don't want to see you again till tomorrow at 5 a.m. whenever they get up.
When they wake up and they're like, Uncle Brendan, come and watch Power Rangers with us. You have no choice.
Out of one bloodshot, hungover eyeball, trying to watch Power Rangers.
He's like, oh God, this TV is never off in this house.
I'm like, can I go sleep in your room? You guys come out here. I'll go
the TV in our living room, I swear to God, you wouldn't, if you were to be in our house for like a couple hours, you'd be like, I can't tell if this is a house or if it's an airport because the TV is always on.
It's a waiting room in a doctor's office.
And I feel like the backside of the TV, and I'm just like, shit, I could cook eggs on this thing. It's so warm.
That's normal. Yeah. It's okay.
But the food thing, what they always try to pull is like, if they don't like what they're served, they will complain about and be like, can I just eat these? They'll divide it out and be like, can I just eat these bites and not the rest?
It's the negotiation.
It's almost like they've gone to like law school without even setting foot within like a university. Or then they're like, oh, I'm full. Can I have candy now? I'm like, well, if you're full, you can't have candy because candy also fills you up. And also you drink all your milk right away without eating any milk, like food. It's like you filled up your stomach with liquid and stuff like that. You still got to eat. And they're like, meh, meh, meh. And we're like, no. We had to suffer through the eating. You're going to have to suffer through eating. And then we always tell them, well, if you want to eat, if you want to get big and strong and have muscles, you got to eat your muscles. So then you've probably seen this where they take some bites and they walk around to us and they're like this. And we're like, ooh, yeah, you're getting good muscles. You know, you're doing a good job eating.
Oh, I've been there for that performance.
It's adorable. I love it. I love
it. Now Alex has gone from talking about disciplining his children to just bragging about his children.
Yeah. But there's also been times where it's like with the FAFO stuff where I'm like, he's only 4.5, but he's starting to be able to hold his own against his brother. And I keep telling, like, don't tease him, don't irk him, don't try to, mock him and stuff. And play fighting, it's going to be like, he's going to be able to take you one day and then you're going to cry and stuff. And I'll be like, see, I told you not to go and mess with him and stuff like that. Like, so that's the FAFO stuff, I guess. The FAFO portion of the FAFO.
I don't know that qualifies as FAFO, but I'll...
Okay.
This
Jimmy, just sounds like parenting.
Well,
FAFO?
So here's the thing. Okay. Many older adults say this is just how they were raised.
Exactly.
Absolutely my mom's style. I'll tell you a story. I missed the bus one too many times in high school. Eventually, my mom made me walk to school. When I got there, they asked if they should call Child Protective Services. Yes, because I lived 6 miles away from school. This is like where...
Jesus.
Okay, so that feeds into society being obnoxious too and enabling shitty parenting behavior.
Okay. Yeah. So in that regard about the whole child services thing, because he lives far away, Eric and I had watched, and maybe this is a different culture. It's with the Japanese. We watched this program on Netflix. It might still be on there, where it was that they were having a scenario set up where a young child, like 4, 5, 6, 7, would kind of be given like a simplistic task to go and complete. And it was usually going from like point A to point B and then back to point A, which was home. So it would be like, we'll say little Toshi. Toshi is 6 years old and his father has a business, and his mom's going to be like, Toshi, Dad forgot his lunch today. I want you to go to his office and deliver his bento box. So Toshi's like, okay, mommy. So he like basically is like they basically had a film crew, and they would follow the kids to make sure that, you know, they're safe and stuff, to basically go through their little town and stuff like that to take, you know, a thing. So it was basically like you're being given this responsibility now that's very important. You know, you're bringing, you know, food to your dad and stuff, and then you have to come back home and stuff. But it was also kind of like it was instilling a sense of independence and being able to do something by yourself by, you know, being, you know, this is a very adult thing, and it's like you're gonna have to go down this road, and then you have to turn this way, and then this way, and then there's this, you know, there's a big highway there. You have to, well, not highway, but like there's a major road that you're gonna have to cross and stuff, and you have to watch out both ways for traffic and do the same when you come back. So it was just interesting to see how they kind of did that, because I remember when we were there would be a lot of times where children would be going to school in a more metropolitan urban area on the train, while since they were living more in the more like bedroom community rural type of area, and these were like second, third, fourth graders, you know, maybe first graders too in a few cases, and they would just be sitting on the train by themselves with their little backpack, and it was adorable. But it's something that like they're willing to do, which I don't think that would necessarily work for us.
I don't think
that's
society. That's not the FAFO thing, though. Again,
okay,
that's just the safety of Japanese culture and civilization, that parents feel confident letting it's like basically 50s 60s America of letting the kids walk to school alone because they don't think that a pedophile is going to show up in a car and abduct their child the way that they did. That's what that's about. This is saying, hey, you missed you missed the bus. You have to walk to school, and if you get abducted by a pedophile, that's your fault.
You have to deal with that, with the consequences of your actions.
You have to deal with the consequences of your actions, and we're not going to bail you out as your parents.
I totally hear you. I also don't like what you're saying. So if you say no, I will start a fire in the bathroom.
You seem reticent to discuss this topic.
No, I'm fine discussing.
Because you're like, oh yeah, like this is a good thing. Let's talk about this. Anyway, here's this Japanese thing that's completely unrelated to
How long did that take?
It took 2.5 hours, I think.
I had to do that with no shoes, though.
Oh,
so
did you?
Your generation.
Was it uphill both ways?
Yeah.
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 Wow, that's right.
Yeah.
I know. My mom was like, I was like, no, please. My mom was like, don't you ever.
Okay. My ex and I.
He sounds like he grew up in like Kentucky or something. Like he's got that southern
Lexington,
grit.
Not super southern, but like middle,
like Tennessee, Kentucky, that kind of area.
We should have a drink with him. Invite him on the show.
Speaking of getting him canceled. And if he said one word on Culture Doom and it's over for him.
And I don't know what Danielle, my daughter, did, but it ended up with her mother taking the door off her bed.
Oh!
And then eventually the mattress was removed.
Oh boy!
Yeah.
Christian Chenoweth.
I just joined us. Like I don't know what she did, but my wife took off the door and then removed the mattress.
Oh boy! Hey, Bart Simpson.
What year was this?
This chick's huffing some helium.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, the mattress was removed. Yes, exactly. Here's a cot.
Yeah.
There's the floor and the sleeping bag.
Oh, my God. Well.
Oh, this is KTLA Plus.
I'm sure that I hope you're paying for her therapy.
Yeah.
So gentle parenting, they say, robs kids of reality and lots of times means parents are tiptoeing around their kids' feelings, according to the article. Of course, now some on the internet saying this is a stand-in for your political identity. Is tough love more popular among MAGA? I don't know. On the other hand...
Really?
What?
Why...
What was that?
Is every single thing need to be political now?
Yes.
Okay. All right, moving on.
Where's that Anita Sarkeesian clip?
Everything is sexist, everything is racist, everything is homophobic, and you have to point it all out.
We are not touching Anita Sarkeesian with a 10-foot pole.
Oh, okay.
This guy.
How many injections was that?
And kids who grow up with too much tough love often become...
You have to remember that this isn't a continuous episode.
I know. I've been watching season 4, and I was like, oh, we're going to talk about this and this and this.
Although this
different
will,
types of French fries.
At least you have this right chronologically, because this episode will be after the injection episode.
We are a linear episodic podcast.
To keep that in mind of when we do these segments of since you would insist on callbacks, we can make sure that everything is in the proper order. Anyway, finishing up our FAFO, KTLA.
People pleasers develop chronic anxiety and are likely to end up working in local news. Proponents of this style of parenting say it prepares kids for real life, citing studies and surveys that show kids are too soft these days, but honestly, everybody says this every single generation. Yeah. My parents said their parents said the same thing that they say about us.
Sure. I mean, I get that. But
it's cyclical.
But we're right this time.
Yes.
The fact of the matter is that millennials, although millennials are the cause of the current situation, but millennials were not the ones running around being offended by everything.
Yes.
Millennials were running around being embracing the offensive content. We were embracing South Park. We were embracing Family Guy. We were embracing Aqua Teen Hunger Force. This is all animation I'm referring to.
Yeah. What else did we watch? Chappelle's Show, Man
Show.
We're trying to stop the suffrage and the suffrage of women in this country.
Sir, I would be happy to sign.
Thank you very much.
You saved the dolphins. Now let's stop the suffrage.
I do this for personal reasons. My mother, 2 of my aunts, and my sister all suffraged last year.
Tell me what the 19th Amendment is.
The 19th Amendment is very unjust.
I think that keep letting your kids be accountable for their mistakes is a good thing to do, and not just going out of your way to baby them and make sure that they're and cover their butts every time that they screw up and save them from their own mistakes. I think that that's a fine approach. I also think that they're still children. And that you can't. They are. Their brains aren't there physically, and so you can't just. The problem is that if you just sending this kid to walk 6 miles to school, although he was a teenager, which makes it a little bit different.
Yeah, it's a little grayish.
It's like they won't learn from it. That doesn't make just because you're mean to your kid. Doesn't mean that they're like, oh, I know never to do this again. They just are like, my parents are assholes and I hate them, and they get resentful. Yeah. And so it's as with everything, it's a balance. It's knowing, it's feeling as much as it is knowing when to punish, let your child fail and feel failure, and to feel the repercussions of their own decisions, and when to swoop in and be like, no, I'm going to make sure you do wear your coat because it's 30 degrees outside and you're going to be cold.
Yeah, hammer that home.
And maybe it is like, oh, I'm not wearing my coat today. Well, you have to wear your coat today. I don't want to wear my coat. Fine, don't wear your coat.
Yep.
Kid standing out in the snow, freezing and chattering, and then you pull the coat out of the trunk and be like, this is why I told you to wear your coat. Remember that.
Yes.
That's how
This is why I tell you to wear your hat. Why did you take your hat off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds very
I think
personal.
maybe also
somebody you've been holding on to the hat issue for a while.
Yeah, the hat's just like, put the hat on. It's like, why do you get in the car and then automatically take your hat off? It's still kind of cold because the car has to warm up. And then you get out of the car and you didn't put your hat on. And you're like, well, I don't know where my hat is. It's someplace in the back seat.
To be fair,
there's so many places.
To be fair to Alex's children, there have been times when I have visited Alex and I walk out without a hat on, and Alex goes, aren't you going to wear a hat? And I'm like, no, I'm fine. And Alex is like, It's like Alex can't help but father a 40-year-old man.
At least I've stopped asking you if you had to go pee-pee.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I would say maybe a good middle ground for this type of thing is that you can do something where it's like controlled failure, where it's like you kind of give them a certain boundary for failure and then see if they're sink or swim. But then like you're able to swoop in case they are like really, sinking and be like, okay, like you were saying with the hat thing, where it's like, got to be like, you got to do this. This is what you're supposed to do. Did you like what the outcome was? Did you enjoy it? Are you going to hopefully remember not to do this again and stuff like that? And also because, the thing where it's like making the kid walk that far, if it's a teenager, okay, that might be one thing, but it's like, you also don't want to do the extreme where it's like you got an 8-year-old and you're like, you missed the bus, you got to walk. It's like, that's getting stupid at that point where it's like, it's still a kid. It's like, there's a little bit more nuance when it's a teenager because they're kind of close to being an adult. In some cases they're an adult and stuff. But if it's a small child, it's like the onus is all on you because you're still the parent, and a responsibility and safekeeping of the child is your responsibility. It's your child. So
I do think that consequences are important for children, though.
Yeah.
And I know that you hate when people without kids have opinions on raising kids, but I do think that living with consequences are something. As someone who once was a child, I definitely learned more from consequences of my actions, as opposed to just like there's a clip from a Simpsons episode where Bart Simpson is sitting there. He got sent to his room without dinner, and he's like, Homer's going to bring me my food no matter what. And then he's sitting sitting on his bed, and he's like, wow, it's almost 10 o'clock, and Dad hasn't brought me food yet. I guess they stuck with it, and I have learned I better change my attitude and be a better kid. And then the door opens and Homer's like, here's your food, boy. Don't tell your mother. And then he leaves, and then it's just like Bart resets, where it's like letting your kid go to bed without his food because he was an asshole. I think that's fine, and he can be hungry and complain. And it's just like you gotta get consequences.
Gee, maybe they mean it this time. From now on, I guess I better straighten up and fly.
Bart, don't tell your mother, but I brought you some pizza. Just promise me you'll try to be good.
I promise.
Attaboy.
Sucker.
Like I said, again, I think you would be much better at handling. You're much better at handling kids than people we know that have kids. And you kind of hear these little weird aside comments.
Oh,
this is just like.
Now I think it's time we wrap it up so I can hear some of these details.
Yeah.